Kamusta? Mabuhay, magandang araw, and welcome back to MGNDeco. Ako si Ovela, and a lot of you have sent me this link, this video. I guess you guys want my perspective on the matter, and I am talking about this thing that's happening in the Philippines. Like, why do Filipinos want to cancel Korea? I honestly don't know what this is about, but I'm very interested because, you know, a title like Cancel Korea, it's not something to be taken lightly. So the video that I'm gonna be reacting to is from the perspective of a Korean, okay? So I will inform myself with this video and then give you my opinion on the matter. All right, but before we start, please consider following me on Instagram at musicgamenews. And of course, I'd like to thank my patrons for their amazing support on the platform where they get to watch the full reaction videos and the exclusive reaction videos. All right, without further ado, let's get to it.
Hey guys, Jessica here. This morning I woke up reading a lot of comments, messages, and emails from you guys requesting me to share my thoughts about this issue that arises from the
She's cute.
Filipino TikToker Bella Poarch, which sparked a lot of debate online, and that also led to the formation of hashtag Cancel Korea in the Philippines, asking for apology from
How can you cancel Korea?
Koreans, and also I guess to raise awareness towards racial discrimination against the Filipinos.
Why do Filipinos want an apology from Koreans? That is the question.
When I first heard about this keyword, cancel Korea, I was like, what?
Yeah, right?
Cancel Korea. It was such an extreme keyword, cancel Korea. Thank you so much.
That's why I decided to react to it, because I saw cancel Korea. It's very, very big, you know, very extreme.
To those
very
people
harsh.
who enlightened me about this issue as well. To give you a summary of this issue,
Thank you.
It started from the Filipina TikTok star Bella Poarch, and the netizens noticed that on her arm there was a tattoo that resembled of the flag Rising Sun. I hope you guys all know what the Rising Sun flag is all about, and it is especially traumatizing for Koreans because that flag was
I saw that flag in video games, like fighting video games, I think.
used during the forceful Japanese occupation here in Korea, which lasted for about 35 years. So that flag is associated with Japanese imperialism, and due to the Imperial Japan's mistreatment during that time of occupation, the flag can be very offensive for many Koreans. That is why we are especially sensitive about this. So I took a look into her tattoo if it was really similar to that Rising Sun flag, and I noticed that it really reminded me of that flag. No wonder why many Koreans were reacting quite negatively about this. I do understand.
That's why Koreans got triggered by that.
Where they're coming from. So Bella has made a public apology regarding her tattoo. She has said that at that time,
I apologize to Koreans because 6 months ago I got a tattoo of the red sun with 16 rays. At the time I didn't know the history, but when I found out, I immediately had it covered and scheduled for removal. I am ashamed of myself for not doing my research. I sincerely apologize. Woo!
I didn't know the history, but when I found out, I immediately had it covered and scheduled for removal. I am ashamed of myself for not doing my research. I sincerely apologize. In addition, she said that please educate yourselves and learn more about it because it came from a terrible history. Please learn from my mistake. Aww. But the problem started by how some Korean netizens were attacking not only this TikToker Bella, but also the Filipinos as a whole, leaving comments that are basically,
oh, come on. They put all the Filipinos, basically that girl, that TikToker is representing the whole Philippines. Come on now.
very
Don't
offensive
exaggerate.
to Filipino people, and I was also very offended by that. So I will read to you guys some of the comments that I saw. Poor country, non-educated people, short people.
Oh, wow.
The Philippines is a slave state. No wonder you have no to little education. That's why your country will stay poor and won't grow. Stay that way, small-minded.
So this is basically an internet feud between Korea and the Philippines, huh? Man, comments can be so harsh.
And this kind of reaction is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Any form of racial discrimination is unacceptable for me, and pretty sure with many of you guys as well. So about this, and to those people who got offended by these comments of some Korean netizens, I would like to apologize.
No, see, it's great, right, that she's apologizing, but she has nothing to apologize for because she didn't do anything, and she does not represent the entire country of Korea, you know what I mean? I don't like it when people apologize for an entire group when themselves didn't do anything, you know? Like, yeah, an apology is always good, right? But still, she didn't do anything.
From the bottom of my heart, I'm very sorry for you guys. I feel very uncomfortable because I also grew up in the Philippines for around the same amount of time that I was in Korea. And so I do feel very sorry for you guys. I would like to apologize on behalf of those rude Korean netizens. So this issue provoked...
Especially since I think Filipinos do look up to Korea, you know, South Korea, of course, you know, when it comes to, for example, to music, you know, they love their boy bands and girl bands and all that. So yeah, it must have been hurtful.
A lot of Filipinos that the movement of hashtag cancel Korea started on Twitter, and that hashtag movement only started today, but it has garnered over 200 tweets already. I could definitely feel the anger of these people. So some of the Twitter users are sharing their own experiences about discrimination from the Koreans. So the first tweet starts with the hashtag, and it says it was 2018 when I last visited Seoul. It was a 5-day trip, and not a single day we didn't encounter a rude Korean. Every night we went back to the hotel, even though we were happy, there's that little sting in my heart, in the heart. Sometimes I want to go back, sometimes I don't.
It's a shame because Filipinos in general are very, very happy people, you know? Always smiling.
Next one is, I may like your songs, your culture.
There you go.
I even wanted to study in Korea, but I love my country. I'm gonna put my light stick down and proudly raise my flag.
Look, I never went to Korea, okay? Never went to the Philippines, but I've been, you know, reacting to a lot of Filipino content. I know Filipinos, been speaking to a lot of Filipinos, and I've seen Korea only on the screen, right? And also, I have my best friend who went to Korea, South Korea, and told me about it. He said it's a beautiful country, very clean, you know, very modern, but it doesn't feel very warm. You know, when I say warm, I mean people, like the warmth of people, you know, of the community, of the culture. Compared to Filipinos, I can feel the warmth of Filipinos through the freaking screen, you know? And I would rather go to the Philippines than Korea 100%, you know?
This is the time when I felt like, okay, I kind of can see where this is going, and I literally stopped myself in the third post I saw, which is some Koreans saying that Filipino are ugly. But look at these queens. Do they look ugly? I don't think so. And they put some pictures of the Filipino celebrities. So this is the time when it gets a bit confusing, because the whole point of this movement is to...
Come on, man. Like, beauty is very subjective, first of all, you know? There's this person that I think is beautiful, somebody else might think is ugly, you know, and vice versa. So it's very subjective. And, you know, there are beautiful and ugly people everywhere in the world, in every country, so...
raise awareness about racial discrimination, that Koreans or any people shouldn't be racist, right? But this post, some Koreans saying that Filipino are ugly, well, I would say it's a rather emotional response. I don't think reacting to this situation emotionally is effective or is the best thing. It's just an extreme way of expressing and trying to deliver a message.
Well, that's the thing. Filipinos usually react really fast. You know, that's what I've noticed on my channel, even though I rarely use, you know, harsh words or offensive words. Yes, I am honest, but yo, Filipinos react really fast, and that is not a compliment, okay? Because you guys might interpret what I'm saying. You know, some people might think, oh, that's a compliment. No, you have to take a step back and think about what that person said, you know, and think about the repercussions of your comments, you know, like that's not a good thing to react that fast.
Next one, you could also see, can somebody tell me, is there a Korean who has crowned as Miss Universe, Miss World, or Miss International? This is off topic. It's not related to the core of the problem. I mean, the idea of a hashtag movement, okay, that's like how many things work nowadays. But when it becomes like this, emotional and just attacking and not really straight on point, and it can really just buy more anger. Many people are also mentioning about the war, the Korean War, where many Filipinos came to Korea to fight for our side, and that is such an honor. I also got comments from some of the families of those war veterans, and yeah, that is the reason why I'm also trying to really see the positive connections between Korea and the Philippines instead of, focusing on the negative. It is very saddening how this is really an issue that we can never get rid of. Starting from the spark of the coronavirus, where a lot of people around the world were being racist to any person that looked Chinese, followed by the BLM movement. These kind of issue is really an issue, and it's very daunting to encounter this. But one thing that I would like you guys to know is that please do not judge the whole of Korea.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying about her. Why is she apologizing for the entire country? She's basically generalizing as well. She does not represent all those dummies. You know what I mean? The Korean dummies. And vice versa, one Filipina, the TikTok Filipina superstar or whatever, does not represent the entire country of the Philippines,
By these few netizens that you encountered online. I really do understand how it feels to be mocked or insulted because of your race or because of your nationality. That is why I do understand why these people who are...
We've all gone through it, more or less. I mean, for me, I'm Arab. I have a very long Arab name. When people look at me, they don't think, oh, this guy is Arab. But as soon as they read my name or I say my name, I can sense a shift. You know what I mean? And that's where racism kind of comes into place. We've all gone through it. We're all trying to be better people and try to eliminate racism completely.
Are joining this movement seem to be expressing their anger in a very emotional way, and seeing that kind of Twitter posts honestly is not that new for me, because a few years...
She's speaking about Twitter, and apparently that's where things went out of proportion. And I don't know if you guys knew, but I had a Twitter account for musicgamenews. I completely deleted it. I deleted my account. And I don't use Twitter anymore. I don't go on Twitter anymore because it is legit filth. It's filthy. That social media is filthy. I prefer Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to remove hate, honestly, I'd say don't go on Twitter at all.
Years ago, I also uploaded a video titled Racism in the Philippines, and in that video I shared about some of the discriminational experiences that I got when I was in the Philippines as a young student. And the whole point of that video was for me just raising awareness about the issue of racism and reducing it as much as possible.
Would you guys like me to react to that video? That sounds very interesting to see just a comparison,
And really taking it away in our generation. But a lot of my Filipino viewers left hateful comments full of anger, saying that, oh, Korea is worse, oh, you guys Koreans are such a blah blah blah, and it was very hurtful for me, and that kind of comment is not new for me because I always get those constantly, and I know it's very hard not to make it.
That's why it is important to manage your comments. Like you need to have someone, if you can't handle it yourself, you need to have someone go through the comments and block those hateful comments. Personally, I did it myself, especially during the time where I said something about Marcelito, and honestly, I didn't mean anything bad by it, but a lot of Filipino came at me like crazy, and I just blocked everyone. Now the comment section is a lot nicer and lighter, I don't have time for hateful people.
any generalizations from a personal experience that you encountered. But that can lead to very, very dangerous social issues later on. I know my apology on behalf of those rude Koreans or this video won't calm your anger and the pain that you received, but I hope that we could get through this together with a positive and rational manner as much as possible to really raise awareness and to eventually solve the problem. Alright guys, so that would be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's what I always say before I end the video, but this video's topic was a rather heavy one than the usual videos I make. But I still hope you guys found it informative. Yes. And I will see you guys in my next video.
Alright, so I enjoyed this video because she gave me clarifications on the matter, but it kind of got lost, you know, in everything that happened after she explained what happened, you know. It became something completely different. So it started with that TikToker girl, you know, that Filipino TikToker girl who had a tattoo that symbolizes, you know, Korean pain, basically. And she apparently, that's what she says, she did not know the meaning of that of that flag. So that was her bad. But Koreans should not have attacked the entire country of the Philippines. Do not attack all the Filipinos. There are how many Filipinos out there? Like 100 million Filipinos, something like that, bro. Don't attack the entire country of the Philippines. That's not a good idea, especially when one of them made a mistake, okay? That is stupid. And vice versa. Do not attack the entire country of Korea. Just don't, you know? Like, it's stupid. It's just stupid. So this is just a big kind of misunderstanding, and I'm just glad that that Filipina, you know, who had the tattoo apologized and is, you know, is going to either remove her tattoo or just tattoo something on top of it to hide it. See, that's why tattoos are not always the best idea out there. So yeah, in the first place, I was very confused, you know, because I thought that Filipinos loved Korea. You know, because, you know, I react to a lot of musical Filipino content and I see how Filipinos are interested in my reviews of Korean music, you know. And I feel like also Filipinos try to look like Koreans, you know, but honestly, I don't even know why, because yeah, there are some pretty Korean people, but to me, they all look alike, you know, and I'm sorry, like, I'm not saying that they do, you know, I'm pretty sure that Koreans, when they see, I don't know, Arabs or whatever, they're like, oh, these guys all look alike, which is fair because we are not informed, we haven't lived in those countries, we're not used to seeing those people, you know. I mean, even Filipinos, you know, at the beginning, I was like, wow, I can't really tell the difference, you know. But now that I'm immersed into the Filipino culture from afar, granted, now I can tell the differences. I can even recognize Tagalog, I'm understanding Tagalog, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure if I was immersed in Korean culture, I'd be able to tell the difference between all the Koreans, I'd be able to start understanding Korean, even though that language is very complicated. So yeah, I just think people need to chill, stay away from social media that is very toxic, you know, and Twitter is extremely toxic. So that's why I completely deleted my account. So yeah, guys, take a deep breath. 2020 is a tough year and we need more love and less hate. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts respectfully, because like I said, if I see one curse word, you are completely banned, even if you are a follower of this channel since it started. Like legit, I don't like nasty comments. So let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video as usual. Peace. Thank you for watching. Subscribe here and please like the video to show your support and appreciation for my work, and turn on the notification bell to be poked for future content. Yeah.